Welcome into the RSN Zone here on the Region Sports Network. We're coming to you live from the Athletic Performance Factory in Highland as it is the first round of the postseason, and we will be recapping all the action, taking a look at scores from throughout the region. Leo Staudaher with Matt Skura as we will be having video coverage of the Hobart New Prairie game, as well as our other broadcasts with Wheeler and Lake Station, as well as the Strachan Van Til hometown scoreboard. So we're covering all the bases here for Week 10 as we have some games that are at the half, some games that are just starting here. It's been an exciting first few minutes of the postseason as we take a look at some of the scores around the region. Matt, what are some of the ones that jump out to you here?
Well, West Central beating South Newton 54-6, still in the second quarter. You know, it's getting a little out of hand there. And LaVille's up on Culver Community, 21-0. And surprisingly, Jimtown Jimmies are up on Knox, 21-20.
Yeah, that's been an intriguing one to follow. Kind of to help set the stage, Knox was able to strike first with a big rushing touchdown on the first play of the game. But then Jimtown bounced back, took a 14-7 lead. They recovered a Knox fumble in the end zone, and then now it's been going back and forth. We saw Knox mix a two-point conversion, and this has been one of those ones where Jimtown's already surpassed their season average in terms of points scored on the season, and then Knox just being able to roll with the punches as well.
Knox just scored? Yeah. Yep, we got Knox just scored, so I think we're just waiting a two-point conversion because I don't think Knox has attempted an extra point kick all year.
Right.
No point, so 26-21? Yep, 26-21 Knox. So that's a back-and-forth offensive game
That's
there.
still in the second quarter in that one.
Yeah, right before half. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see if Knox can stop Jimtown because Jimtown gets the second half kickoff too.
Yeah.
So they could double up there if possibly.
So big stretch in the game for the Jimmies as we see Griffith with a lead over Bishop Knoll as well. And then at some of our other games, we have Hanover just scored to make it 13-7 over Lowell. So this is one of those intriguing ones we talked about in the pregame show where it could go either way, where maybe Hanover's 4-5 record could be deceiving when you see them. They're hanging right in there with the Red Devils.
Yeah, you know, you play Lowell early in the year. You know, you haven't gelled as a team, new coach, all that stuff. But now, you know, they're in there, they're psyched up. This is their big game of the year. You know, heading in against a ranked Lowell team. And we got, you know, Hobart New Prairie. 7-7. New Prairie had a big 80-yard run to tie up the ball game.
And that was big for New Prairie, too, where they were able to stop the Brickies after the Brickies scored a touchdown through the air and then got an interception. And for New Prairie, getting that stop, you don't let them make it a 14-0 lead, that they stopped them offensively and then put a touchdown on the board to even it up. That'll be a fun game to follow as it progresses.
Yeah, we got Wheeler. Wheeler's up 14-0 with 4 minutes, 15 seconds left in the first. Lake Station's got the ball on their own 8-yard line, looks like.
Yeah, Lake Station with the long field to go to try to put points on the board against the Bearcats. We saw Fox go through the air with a passing touchdown earlier. This is a lot going on in these early matchups as these ones still in the first quarter. A couple of those games that started in the 6 o'clock hour have reached the halftime, but are two games on the Region Sports Network that will be bouncing back and forth, taking looks at those throughout the evening, both in the first quarter so far. The Brickies of Hobart tied up at 7-7, Lake Station up 14-0 as we will have coverage, the audio from that Hobart game with Kevin Malater and Jay Simmons taking you through that one as the Brickies just did add another touchdown to make it 14-7.
Yeah, we got Westside and KV are 0-0 in the first, and Kankakee Valley's driving. They're in the red zone right now.
That's another one where the 1-8 record for Kankakee Valley could be deceiving as they're trying to play spoiler against the Westside Cougars. Now Hobart attempting that extra point as we saw Tatum pick up the touchdown there. He's another one of those talented dual threat quarterbacks we have in the area. The Brickies will add the PAT to make it a 14-7 lead in the first quarter.
Yeah, and if
I got a score on North Judson.
oh, we got
7-0 North Judson.
Aaron Svetlin helping relay in some of the scores as we have a update from the North Judson game. They lead over South Central 7-0 in the second quarter.
Yeah, and if anybody out there, if you got any scores or updates that you want to pass on to us, if we can't get to, just drop them in our comments.
Yeah, we'll
And,
certainly appreciate those.
Yeah, we'll check them out. Get us home a little earlier in the evening.
Again, as we continue to monitor the scores and updates throughout the region, we will also have the audio coverage from from Kevin Malater and Jay Simmons here from the Hobart New Prairie game. So again, keep things locked in all evening long here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated. Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. Hobart tries the low squib kick again, and it's driven right out of bounds. Janda was trying to sweep it on the near side numbers, and he rolls it out of bounds at the 20-yard line of New Prairie. So a free kick out of bounds foul here will give the visiting Cougars, moving right to left, good field position for their third offensive possession of the game.
Yeah, they'll get the ball out at the 35-yard line.
And their last drive ended very quickly. One play, 68-yard house call from Halderman, their starting tailback. It was his third rushing touchdown on the season. That was the definition of taking advantage of points off turnovers, which is a stat that Hobart has dominated all season long. I know it's still early, but New Prairie leads 7-0 in that category.
Yeah, 21 points so far scored in this game. Somebody better wake the defenses up here.
1st and 10, left hash of the 35-yard line on the New Prairie side of the football field. Shotgun snap, Reed Robinson calls his own number, powers up his way up the middle across the 40, and he's taken down by a pair of Hobart Brickies, Terry Irvin, a.k.a. TJ, on the stop after a 6-yard pickup on 1st and 10.
Yeah, Robinson right there just doing a great job fouling his blockers, getting up into that tight formation and getting into those linebackers as quickly as possible, picking up 4 yards. This is one of the keys to the game, is for New Prairie to stay ahead of the chains. So good job on 1st down right there for the Cougars.
And Ryan O'Shea emphasized the point on keeping his defense off the field. Shotgun snap right up the middle. Halderman, and he'll be trailed backwards. Let's see where they spot his forward progress stopped at. It's going to be after a half-yard pickup, so they're going to give him a full yard somehow on the spot. So Halderman received a lot of pain for a 1-yard pickup, but now it's 3rd down and 3 with 1:45 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, Josh Diaz right there just stood him up and drove him back into the backfield right there. It's shocking that he was able to pick up 1 yard, but a house of pain right there for the quarterback.
Senior, second on the team in top 5 in the Northwood Crossroads Conference in total tackles entering this game. From the left hash, 3rd down and 3, the noise comes back for Hobart. Robinson in the gun, off to his right hip is Lucas Halderman. High snap, Robinson fakes to Halderman, throws on the far sideline, it's incomplete. He was trying to find Trenton Mamaza on the slant route across the sticks. It's now 4th down and 3 in an early decision here for Ryan O'Shea.
I think he's got to punt this ball away. 4th down, even though it's 4th down and short, your defense really hasn't slowed down the Hobart offense. You've got to make the field a little bit longer for the Brickies to try and score.
And Robinson will drop back. Reed Robinson, their quarterback, is also their punter as well. He's averaging 35 yards a punt this season, and a timeout is called with 1:13 left. It will be New Prairie who takes the timeout, so maybe Ryan O'Shea does want to think this one over.
Yeah, he must be. He's got a little doubt in his mind, so he's definitely going to call a timeout here, see what they can draw up, maybe something special to get this 3rd down or to get this 4th down conversion.
If they do go for it, this would be 4-down territory, sponsored by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialists. First timeout of the night taken by either side. New Prairie, the visiting Cougars, moving right to left in the all-white uniforms with old gold helmets, chasing a 14-7 deficit here. 2 long, methodical touchdown drives for Hobart to just the flash that was that 68-yard touchdown run a drive ago from Lucas Halderman.
And you look at your little play sheet here. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plays for New Prairie and about 20-some plays for the Brickies. So definitely time of possession in favor of the Brickies big time here, and they're going for it.
The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling.
Twins out to each side. They'll give it off to Halderman, who runs it right up the middle, and he's stuffed 2 yards shy of the line of the game. Right into the eye of the Hobart defense. And the Brickies were ready for it. It's a turnover on downs, and Hobart takes over on the plus side of the field. Ryan O'Shea, obviously, and I'm sure New Prairie fans will question that one. Here's a stat, though, to keep in mind that probably impacted the decision. When New Prairie has sent out their punt team this year, they are 0-6. In their 3 wins, they didn't punt 1 time in any of those games this season.
That's an interesting, very interesting stat. Number 53, Ethan Abarigo, 6'1", 320, stuffed that play right at the line of scrimmage. Big play for the Brickies defense. Get their defense off the field and their offense back out there. They have been unstoppable.
So first down and 10. Shotgun is Tatum. Gives it off, Pickett again, has a big hole around left tackle, cuts it back in between the seams, inside the 35, and he's all the way down to the 32-yard line. He needed 10, got 11 on 1st and 10. It's a Four Seasons Mechanical first down, brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialists.
Yeah, the Brickies offensive line doing a great job establishing the line of scrimmage and pushing those Cougars on roller skates back there.
That was the one thing Coach O'Shea talked about for New Prairie, was keeping his defense off the field because he was concerned. His team is using his 10th different defensive starting lineup this season. Empty formation for Tatum, 4 off, split out wide beyond the right hash. Tatum takes a shotgun snap, rolling out to his right, throws on the run to the near sideline. It's caught inside the 20-yard line, getting belted after making the catch was Bryce Tolliver. The tackle came in from Sully Kress, the senior corner. It's a nice pickup there. And it's another Four Seasons Mechanical first down. Brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com. They go no huddle here. 8 seconds and counting left in the first quarter. Hobart leading 14-7. Sobczynski goes in motion at the time of the formation on the left side. Tatum takes the shotgun snap, and did they get it off in time? No, they did not. And that is how the first quarter comes to an end. So we'll begin the second quarter with 1st and 10 on the plus 19 for Hobart. A high-flying, offense-focused first quarter sees 21 combined points, 14 of them for the home-sided Hobart Brickies, who are in the red zone once again. We'll step aside for a couple moments. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, my name is Mark Macknick. I'm the owner of Mark Macknick CPA firm in Highland, Indiana on Kennedy Avenue. I've been working with Region Sports for years now. Started working with Chris years ago, just on some special projects, advertising here and there. After a while, kind of increased the advertising. Mainly was doing it for the community involvement. It's such a great network and program they do with the high school sports. But as time went by, I started getting on there more frequently. And then the phone starts ringing. And I was getting calls all the time from people. Hey, I saw your ad on so-and-so football game. I saw your ad on a basketball game. And it's really helped my business. It's increased the volume. We're a tight community in Northwest Indiana, sports-wise, and just a lot of community involvement. So that's mainly why I got into it. I remember watching one game. It was a basketball game, and I think there was a little bit of an altercation. And as the altercation was happening, my ad was right on the bottom, and someone typed in, "I wonder what Mark Macknick's thinking right now." And I was thinking, "Wow, this is awesome." It's really been a great feature for my business. It's the only advertising I do. I don't advertise anywhere else other than Region Sports. it's for the business, but mainly for the involvement with the community. I played high school baseball here in Highland, and ever since I've been advertising on Region Sports, a lot of my old coaches are now my clients. A lot of my old teammates come in here. My recommendation, if you're a business here in Northwest Indiana, I think Region Sports is, for your money, it's one of the best places that you can advertise. I mean, I can advertise on billboards. I could do anywhere I want to. And I choose Region Sports mainly because I get a lot of feedback, especially on the high school level. A lot of the parents, if they can't make a game, they're watching it online. They're watching a replay, the grandparents. So it's done wonders for my business, and it's my go-to for advertising. It's the only spot I would advertise. So if you're a business owner in the area, really look into advertising on Region Sports. It's going to be well worth your money, and you'll make tenfold on what you're spending. Region Sports Network, they're the only game in town, but they're more than just a game.
Go for it.
3 receivers set, 2 to the left side, wide of the numbers. Tatum in the gun. Tolliver goes in motion, gives it to the motion man on a fly sweep. Tolliver trying to turn the corner, inside the 10, cuts outside, dives for the left pylon, and he's in. Touchdown.
Well, what a great job right there, diving for the corner of the end zone, and gets it, just knocks down the pylon right there to get the ball inched in the very corner of that goal line.
15-yard run. And now it's 20-7 pending the point after try from Peter Janda.
Subzinski right there does a great job getting that, and he sees it blocking, sealing off to the inside, so he bounces it all the way to the outside and gets it in.
Janda, a right-footed strike after a good snap and a good hold is through. So 21-7 in favor of Hobart, 11:08 to play in the second quarter. We'll step aside. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
20-0, you said, or 21? Almost said it.
At least somebody.
Back here as we continue to take a look around the scoreboard, the Shrek Mantil hometown scoreboard through some of these matchups early on here as we see few games in the half in the games we have on the Region Sports Network. Hobart just tacked on another one. They lead 21-7. Wheeler up 14-0. What other scores from around the region do you have to report?
Calumet Warriors up on John Glenn 20-7. Mishawaka Marion Knights are up on River Forest Ingots 28-14. Knox and Jimtown are at the half with the Jimmies up 21-20. Knox is winning that game 26-21 at the half. Yeah. My mistake. Thank you. The Griffith Panthers are up on the Knoll Warriors 21-0. I don't know what else we have.
We have Hanover and Lowell. That one could be on the verge of changing. Currently, it's 14-14 in the second quarter, but the Red Devils just broke off a huge run.
Bowman Academy 14, North Newton 7.
Bowman Academy leads over North Newton 14-7 in the second quarter. So that was one of those ones we were monitoring. 2 teams at 5-4 where they played early in the season. Bowman won that one 40-14, but so right now the Eagles with a 7-point lead in the second quarter.
Yeah, and all these scores that we're given are brought to you by Strachan Van Til's hometown scoreboard.
Yep, the scores from all over the region, and certainly we'll be monitoring later tonight too some scores maybe from outside too that could come into play later for some of these teams and
possible regional opponents.
Yeah. There's a lot going on here in Week 10 as the scores are flying in and teams are trying to punch their ticket to the sectional championships. So keep things focused here on the RSN Zone. You're watching on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
And it's going to be a 1-yard loss there for the quarterback and the team's leading rusher, Reed Robinson.
Yeah, Reed Robinson tried to bounce that to the outside, and just great pursuit by the Brickies right there, not allowing him to cut it up the sideline.
So it'll be second down and 11 inside 10 minutes and 30 seconds in the second stanza. Ball still on the left hash. 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Robinson in the gun. The featured tailback is Lucas Hallerman off to his right. Now motions off to the left tip of the quarterback. Claps his hands, takes a numbers high snap, fakes the pitch to Hallerman, runs it right up the middle, and he's taken down at the 30-yard line. The eye of the storm was there. That's Diaz and Von Jones, the 2 upperclassmen linebackers on this Hobart Bricky squad. 2-yard pickup brings up third down and 9.
Yeah, no room for Robinson to run in between the tackles. He's tried to the outside. He's tried to the inside. Now they're going to do something that they're not very comfortable with. They're going to get third down and 9. They're going to have to try and throw. And Robinson has looked less than impressive when he's had to throw the ball.
5 touchdowns to 6 interceptions on the season. Entered the night with only 600 passing yards in the entire regular season. Third down and 9. 4 receivers, trips up to the right. Shotgun snap for Robinson. Climbs the ladder, pressure coming. He gets across the line of scrimmage, and he's dropped after just picking up 1 yard on the play.
Yeah, Hobart on that play defensively rushes 4, has a spy, a middle linebacker just sort of sitting about 4 or 5 yards downfield and watching the quarterback and the defensive backs go man-to-man coverage. Great coverage downfield. That's one of those coverage sacks by the secondary.
So after a 1 yard pickup, Robinson, who's the team's quarterback, kick returner, and punter, now drops back to his own 15-yard line.
Does he sell popcorn at halftime?
He might have to at this rate. High end over and boot with the right foot. Drops inside the 45. Sobczynski will field it from his own 40-yard line, angling left down the sideline. 40, 35, 30. Stays his feet, and finally Robinson plugs him out of bounds inside the near 25-yard line at the 23. That's a quarterback laying the boom there on Sobczynski.
How about it?
Good return, though.
One of the best tacklers out there on the team. And Robinson finally gets to come off the field. After punt, they got a flag somewhere on the play. I see the referee indicating there was a holding on the play. So let's see where they are going to spot the ball.
That would negate what, as it stands, is a 37-yard return from Sobczynski.
So it looks like they're going to mark it from about the midfield area, right on the Hobart Bricky symbol. It looks like he threw the flag about the 49 in Hobart territory, so it looks like Hobart's going to get the ball about the 39-yard line in their own territory.
Which is, believe it or not, behind the point where Sobczynski caught the ball. He caught it on his own 40, so they will start now 1 yard shy of where his great 37-yard return began from the right hash on their own 39-yard line. It's first down and 10. So far, the Hobart offense has run 25 plays. They have 3 different scoring drives, one of 6 plays, one of 8, and one of 5. 8 minutes and 30 seconds on the dot remaining in the first half. New Prairie won the opening coin toss to defer their option of the second half. So points here feel mandatory for this Hobart team to really put their foot on the gas and even on the throats of the New Prairie Cougar season. First down and 10, 2 receivers to the near side. Alex Tatum, the signal caller, in the gun. He motions his running back, Max Pickett, off to his left hip. Claps his hands with 2 gloves, gives it off to Pickett, the running back, off of left tackle. Lowers his shoulder, and he's taken down after a 6-yard pickup on the Hobart 45-yard line.
Great job by that left offensive line, getting a good push. The running back right there, he didn't get hit until he was about 4 or 5 yards downfield. Pickett's got to love this offensive line. He's gonna pat those guys on the back after tonight. Boy, he is picking up chunk yards.
Get ready to buy steak, young man. Second down and 4 from the 45. It's an end around here. They go back to Aiden Cash, the tight end, who lowers his shoulder, keeps his legs churning. He drags 3 defenders with him to midfield for the first down.
Cash does a great job. This time they secure the handoff from Tatum to Cash. And Cash right there, just like you said, is dragging guys down the field.
He needed 4, he got 5 as he began his journey from the left to the right side of the field. First down and 10 from midfield. 7:35 and counting. Play action. Tatum Deep drop back, going to take a shot down the left sideline. Low on one coverage, it's caught inside the 15. Stephen Miller dragging defenders with him all the way to the goal line, and he broke the plane. Touchdown. Remarkable run after the catch by Stephen Miller.
Stephen Miller, great job on the catch. He was the only one that adjusted to the ball. The defensive backs for New Prairie did not find the ball up in the air, and Miller was able to adjust, come back to the ball, split the defenders, and able to another guy dragging a New Prairie defender into the end zone.
He caught the ball around the 18-yard line, broke through one tackle, then dragged one defender and then a late defender from about the 10-yard line all the way to the goal line where he finally dove for it. The nose of the football broke the plane in the goal line, and so it's 27-7. Peter Jana on for the extra points, a high snap, spotted down well, and the right-footed kick is a line drive that splits the uprights to make it 28-7 Hobart with 7:25 to play in the first half. Make sure to visit regionsports.com, Facebook/Region Sports Nation, Instagram, and Region Sports Network's YouTube for this week's Home Improvement Top 10, presented by Enigenberg Exteriors. Enigenberg Exteriors, for all your home's exterior needs, visit ebergexteriors.com.
Yeah, what a great job right there. That could be one of our plays.
Have you heard? Stratford-Mantell was voted Best of the Region 2025 in several categories, including Best Caterer, Deli, Flower Shop, Food and Grocery Delivery, Fried Chicken, Place to Buy Produce, Place to Buy Seafood, Loyalty Program, and Grocery Store. We're proud to be recognized by our community, and we're committed to continuing to deliver the variety, value, and convenience you deserve. See for yourself what it means to be the best when you shop at Stratford-Mantell.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
From lighting up Friday Night Football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
At American Testing Services, based in Hobart, Indiana, we specialize in NDT drone inspections and heat treatment services for local mills, fab shops, and facilities across the country. From Northwest Indiana to nationwide, we deliver precision, safety, and reliability. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT.
Back for yet another Stratford-Mantell hometown scoreboard update as we are again keeping you updated on everything happening around the region. Hobart leads over New Prairie 28-7. The Brickies just continuing to add on touchdowns there. We see Wheeler with a 21-7 lead over Lake Station. Lake Station broke off a long touchdown run, but the Bearcats answered with a long run of their own from one of their running backs. And then Lowell and Hanover The Red Devils lead 21-14 and are within striking distance of potentially adding to that in the second quarter. They have the ball in the red zone, so we will be monitoring that one too, and we'll provide an update as soon as we have one. As there are some scores matriculating in elsewhere, let's see what Aaron Svetlin has.
Halftime score: Calumet is winning 20-10.
Calumet Warriors lead 20-10 over the John Glenn Falcons at the half. So that's a big one for the Warriors, as we are still monitoring some of these other ones. We saw the Knox-Jimtown game. That one's been an interesting one to follow. That one's at the half, but 26-21. Should have some third quarter updates soon.
Yeah, they're getting ready to kick off the second half there. LaVille's up 35-0 on Culver Community, and that's going to be a running clock for the fourth quarter. KV just scored a touchdown to take a 12-6 lead over Westside. And you can watch all these games that we're talking about on the IHSA Sports Network. It's ihsatv.org.
That's where you can find
the ISHA Champions Network for that. And then you can just scroll and pick what game you want to watch. They have all the games. For the state tournament, they have all the games on.
And we see Lowell just added another touchdown there. And again, that's where you can also find both of our games that we're providing tonight, the Hobart New Prairie game and the Wheeler Lake Station. So Lowell just added a touchdown, and Lake Station broke off a big play, but there's also a penalty, and they're sorting some things out on the field there. We have another score from Aaron to check in on. At the half, Mishawaka-Marion with a 35-14 lead over River Forest. So that could be an interesting one, as the winner of that game faces the winner of the Calumet Glen game. And it is mentioned the Warriors lead over the Falcons 20-10. So,
yeah, there's a potential long bus ride there for Calumet out to Mishawaka to play the Marion Knights. If things hold suit.
That's certainly looking at some of the other potential matchups here. We have Griffith with a 21-0 lead. Last update we had there over the Bishop Knoll Warriors. They would face the winner of this Knox-Jimtown game. So looking at the way that one's going back and forth, you think Griffith could potentially be in an advantageous spot after Knox and Jimtown are really kind of beating each other up in this first game.
Oh, yeah. They're sitting pretty right now just with the potential drive, which is not a very far drive tournament-wise for Griffith to go to Knox. It's, probably about an hour on the bus.
Right.
But, once you get to that point in the tournament, you're driving
You're
an hour.
expecting it, yeah.
You're expecting an hour drive. We're still looking for score updates for the Highland Trojans and the East Chicago Central Cardinals and the Rensselaer Bombers and Boone Grove Wolves. If anybody out there in TV land has any information for us.
Yeah, please send those along if you do have them, as we saw New Prairie staying alive, just added a touchdown against the Brickies, as we see they broke off a long run after catch there to punch one in. And Wheeler also just added another touchdown, so they increased their lead, both awaiting the point after attempt. So currently Wheeler up 21-7. They're going to go for two here. So we see Fox hand it off to Baziri, the back-off running back, and he's able to squeak through the line. And so Wheeler with a 29-7 lead, and then Wheeler converted their kick, so that's 28-14. Hobart with the lead over New Prairie, and Wheeler leading Lake Station.
Lowell has the lead over Hanover Central, 28-14 in the second quarter also.
Yeah, that's the Red Devils have scored the last two touchdowns in that one. And you talk about where they could potentially separate themselves here. This could be how they do so, with back-to-back touchdowns to make it a 14-point lead with the half approaching. And then Hobart, too, you have to monitor now. New Prairie working their way back into that game. This one could get interesting.
Yeah, you can't take the foot off the gas pedal now. It's go, go, go till you can get that running clock, and then
have another scoring update to check in on.
Griffith is winning 35-0 at the half.
So Griffith at the half, the Panthers lead over Bishop Knoll 35-0 at the half. So the Panthers, as we mentioned, with that well-balanced offensive attack and a defense that forces a lot of turnovers with a large lead at the break.
Now you just want to get out of the game healthy.
Right. As you take care of things in the third and fourth quarters, likely with a running clock, as we see New Prairie Hobart getting ready to resume here. And both of those are games on the Region Sports Network. Getting closer to the half. About 3 minutes left in the second quarter for Hobart and 6 minutes left for Wheeler and Lake Station. It'll be interesting to see what Hobart does on this next drive. You know, not a ton of time left in the half trying to
Is that at the half?
get back, keep the lead against the New Prairie squad.
We just got an update here. East Chicago's up 16-13 in the second.
Gotcha.
Over Highland.
That's another one that could be interesting to monitor. We mentioned East Chicago with that strong rushing attack, especially running things through the quarterback. They could be a team that could be a tough one to face, tougher than their 3-6 record would indicate. But even Highland now keeping things within 3 points. That one could be a battle as the second half progresses. The Brickies try a long play through the air. They're battling for that one and still going towards the 10. So a big play for Hobart, sending things to the receiver. I believe that's one of their wide receivers who was able to really flip the field there and move the Brickies within the red zone.
Looks like West Side's in the red zone.
Intercepted by KB.
And they throw an interception.
So right on cue, the Kankakee Valley Cougars with a turnover in the red zone and what is a 12-6 game and being able to prevent points from being put on the board. So could potentially be a massive swing in that game. So we'll see what Hobart's able to do in the red zone here. Hobart, one of those offenses with a lot of weapons. They can beat you in a lot of different ways.
Yeah. Is that Max Pickett?
Yeah, they'll hand it off. I believe so. The running back just able to plunge into the end zone. So Hobart now up 34-14, awaiting the PAT. That's big. It only took them about 40 seconds to move down the field and score there right after New Prairie put 7 on the board.
Good response.
Let's see what this extra point has in store. As looking around to Wheeler try to move downfield against Lake Station. And the point after is good for the Brickies, so you can make that a 35-14 lead for Hobart. And one with about 3 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
Lowell's just on the outskirts of the red zone here, looking to go up 35-14 also.
And Lowell tries a shot towards the end zone. They'll connect with the receiver, and he's able to make his way to about the 2-yard line. So they're right there close to scoring as well. So Lowell with back-to-back touchdowns, trying to make it 3 unanswered.
That's going to be huge for Lowell. If they can get that passing game going in the playoffs, they're going to be a tough out.
And they'll take a timeout here to try to sort things out in zone where you don't have the time, but assuming it is close to the half. Lake Station trying to stop Wheeler as they're in a goal-to-go situation, 1st and goal. Wheeler's going to hand it off to the running back, and it's a shoestring tackle about 2 yards away from the end zone.
No updates.
So the Bearcats looking to punch it in here as
the last TV screen we got all the way on the end. We can't really see any scores there either. I'm just blind as a bat.
So we'll send somebody to walk over and check out the scores there.
Yeah, it's still 35 nothing.
Wheeler.
West Central 68, South Loop 6 in the third quarter.
Yeah, we were kind of figuring that.
Yeah, West Central 68 with 68 points in the third quarter, so they have a big lead over South Newton as Wheeler was just able to punch one in, as you can see on one of the screens on this multicast, handing it off to the running back.
And Lowell just scored also.
Yeah, so the Red Devils up, awaiting the PAT, 34-14. Wheeler ahead 35-7. Remember, we just saw Wheeler go for 2, and they're going to do so again here, attempting to add to the lead here. We see Fox drop back in the pocket, floats one, but then is intercepted on the 2-point attempt, or broken up. So he held on to it, but so you can make it a 35-7 lead for Wheeler with about 3 minutes left to go in the second quarter, and then Lowell takes a 35-14 lead over Hanover. So impressive showing by the Red Devils here in the second quarter. And we'll see what kind of response the Wildcats have up their sleeve. And
that score was big for Lowell because I think they get the ball start the second half also.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, if you could then get points on that first drive, you could really put that one a little bit out of reach. As it was tied at 14. And then now we've seen the Red Devils go on a long run.
12-6 at
And the Kankakee Valley game, that one against West Side, that is 12-6 at the half. That's kind of the score we've seen them at for quite some time. So there's been a lot of higher scoring games, but that one is a close battle. Is also looking for some updates for the Knox Jimtown game. We'll try to get one of those in a minute. No scoring so far after what was a rather busy first half, 26-21 Knox. Now both defenses kind of showing their presence here. But a fun day to monitor all the scores we have going on in that first round of the playoff. And we have one of our first finals, LaVille, with a shutout win over Culver. The Lancers take that one 35-0, so taking care of business. They will advance to face the winner of the North Judson South Central game. It's another one of those ones we're still looking for some updates on the scores, so if you have that score, let us know.
Looking at it, LaVille will go to North Judson if North Judson wins, but they will play South Central at home.
Okay.
If South Central can pull off the upset.
That's definitely one of those advantages where maybe that early game, you carry your game, you get the win, and then now you kind of get the scoreboard watch and follow the rest of the scores around the state.
Yeah, you get to relax.
Well, speaking of North Judson, we might have a update in that one.
Yes, it is 40-6 North Judson in the second quarter.
North Judson leads 40-6 in the second quarter. So for all intents and purposes, I think LaVille might know who they're facing in the second round. Noah.
We went from a 14-0 update to 40-6. So
yeah, that is a lot of offense.
Real quick.
Yeah, for the Blue Jays against the Satellites. So that could be a big matchup with the 7-2 North Judson Blue Jays against the 5-4 LaVille Lancers. And we see that Wheeler Lake Station game approaching the half. Lowell and Hanover just did hit the half, so the Red Devils up 35-14 as the Brickies of Hobart are getting closer to the half against New Prairie, against the Cougars there, 35-14. Hobart leads. Then we see Lake Station try a
They had a big
nice
run
play.
for a touchdown, but there was a flag on the play.
That's unfortunate as it kind of hit that sweep along the left side. Now
probably a hold.
Yep, all the way back. 3.5 minutes remaining there. New Prairie and Hobart. There's about 2 minutes remaining, 2.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. So we will send the audio to Kevin Malater and Jay Simmons where they have the call. So again, you're watching the RSN Zone on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Ball to start the second half. Be sure to stay connected with all things Region Sports by supporting and following us on social media. We're always active on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, and online at regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, we're proud to still be the only game in town. So 4th down and 6. They're going to get about a 5-yard pickup there on Coulter Smith's first reception since the second week of the season.
Yeah, gutsy call by the New Prairie coach. Because he got it completed. If it was incomplete, that would have stopped the clock, saving Hobart a timeout. So good call to try and go for the first down, but like I said, gutsy call, made the completion, but they came up a little short. New Prairie offensively, it's just like they just seem to be scoring on the big plays, not putting a a whole lot of offense on the field in terms of sustained drives.
So it's 4th down and 6, 2:28 to play here in the first half. Sopchinski back deep to receive on his own 35-yard line. Standing on his own 17-yard line is the punter and quarterback Reed Robinson. It's a high snap, and they fake the punt, and the throw is incomplete. Diving across his body was a backup tight end for this New Prairie side. A man who's not even on the depth chart. And it'll be a turnover on down, so they go and gamble with the fake punt. It was
number 11,
Lincoln Gerard, who's a linebacker by trade, out there blocking. He can catch. He was a tight end on the JV team, but he hasn't played on offense all season long, and now they'll start Hobart will on the plus 30.
I do like the play call, just not the execution.
So Ryan O'Shea gambles knowing his season's on the line. Hobart starts on the plus 30. Tatum with no timeouts and 2:24 left, empty set. The tight end Cash goes in motion from the right side of the formation to the left side. Tatum claps his hands, takes a face mask, high snap, throws to the near sideline. It's caught, a slanting man and Bryce Tolliver, and he'll be taken down at the 26-yard line. Clock still running. It's a plus pickup of about 4.5 yards on 1st and 10.
Yeah, nice job right there by New Prairie, just keeping him in bounds. Tolliver was really trying his best to try and get to the out-of-bounds line. No dice.
4 yards on the play. Ball on the left hash. It's 2nd down and 6 from the 26. Pickett goes in motion. It's a snap that's dropped by Tatum. He's now forced to run. He rolls out to his right, cuts it back inside, turns upfield. He picks up the 1st down as he's finally taken down inside the 15-yard line. It's a Four Seasons Mechanical 1st down. Brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialist.
Tatum does a nice job making something out of nothing right there. The fumbled snap and picks up about 12 yards on the play.
So now from the 14, it's 1st down and 10. Tatum calls his own number and a design roll out to his left inside the 10. 5, he tight ropes the sideline and he's in by the front left pylon for another Hobart touchdown. The quarterback has his 2nd rushing touchdown on the game, and he expands the Hobart lead to 41-14 with 1:28 to play in the first half.
Oh, and a nice job, Cash, the tight end, came out and made a nice block, and we got a mile-high flag going up in the air.
We'll see if
it was the umpire looks like.
I wonder if this is an unsportsmanlike conduct here, Jay.
Yeah, it looks like it was coming out of the end zone. One of the officials threw the flag. He got some good height on it, I'll have to say that.
Jay is all about the textbook form for our officials in games like this. Everyone's got to stay sharp, even
That's
with
right.
a scoreline this lopsided. A possible 28-point lead here, pending a point after try coming up from Peter Janda, the kicker, who came in 26 of 29, and he's certainly worked out that right leg of his with all the point afters and kickoffs he's attempted in this football game. As the referees sort this out, remind you to stay with us here. Halftime show coming up next. Jay and I will break down the first half, give you some scores from across the region and the state as sectional and playoff action has officially begun on this late Friday night in October. And we'll break down and give you the keys to the second half. That's all coming up next here on the halftime show on the Region Sports Network.
And let's see, Coach Schreiber's going to change it up there. It looked like they are.
It's an unsportsmanlike conduct on
now,
Hobart.
Well, was it after the play?
I think it was after the play. I think they originally told it was an unsportsmanlike though on New Prairie because Coach Schreiber sent his offense back out onto the field, and now he's awaiting an official ruling from the officials, and it is going to stay with a Hobart penalty. So now I believe they are going to drive Hobart's kicking unit back out of the field for a now incredibly long point after try.
Let's see, the ball be spotted at the 18, so a 35-yard extra point.
Janda's long, by the way, this season is 29, and that was a field goal. This is an extra point from 35 coming up here. Spotted between the seams after the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty was enforced on the point after try. Don't see that too often.
No, not very often.
Janda's so far 5 for 5 on point after tries, but they've all been chip shots. Takes a deep breath, the right-footed kicker. A low snap, spotted well. The end over end kick sneaking in towards the right upright and sneaks through. So if it was a field goal, it would have been the longest field goal in the season for Peter Janda. Instead, it's just an incredibly long point after try to make it 42-14. Hobart out in front of New Prairie with 78 seconds left in the first half. We'll step aside for a brief moment. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Left in the first half, Hobart kicking off up 42-14 following the touchdown run from Pickett. As it's an end-over-end kick on the Quintel kickoff taken by Kress. He's across the 25-yard line, tie-roping the far sideline, and he's banged out of bounds by two defenders, I believe at his own 29-yard line. So Pickett's got a touchdown, 2 touchdown runs from Alex Tatum. They have a passing touchdown as well to Bryce Tolliver. Sopchinski scores on a jet sweep. They have a 50-yard touchdown pass to Stephen Miller as well, and they show no signs of slowing down with a minute 23 left in the half.
And we talked to the coach a little bit yesterday, and he was saying that their defense is the Achilles heel of the team, and they, just like you said, they haven't had the same starting lineup all season long, so that's no continuity right there. The Hobart Brickies coming out here on defense have just playing a phenomenal job so far in this game, only giving up a couple bad plays.
So first down and 10 from their own 29, ball on the left hash, 4 receivers set, 2 to each side. Halderman, the featured tailback, as Robinson fakes the give to him, changes direction as he tries to find a hole on the left side. He finds a crease, and he turns it into about a 5.5-yard pickup on first down and 10.
Well, let's see how sense of urgency New Prairie has here with just a minute and 5 seconds left in the half and 2 timeouts.
They are showing no signs of that urgency you were just talking about as the clock now strikes with 55 seconds and counting. 2 timeouts for New Prairie, none on the board left for Hobart, so the Brickies trying to get a stop before the half. Unless there's a turnover, Hobart's first half efforts will come to an end with just a modest 42 points.
I don't see the play clock on. Looks like Robinson had to adjust his shoe, so they may have given him some time up there, but they're sprinting to the line. I don't see. I see the official in the back counting down to 5 seconds.
They get it off just in time on second down and 5. Halderman cuts it back upfield after starting off outside right tackle. He cut it behind Lane Solt, his right tackle, and he's got a first down to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to mark him just short, but it looks like New Prairie had called a timeout, or no, now they sort of, they just don't know where they're marking it, or would the official on the sideline by the chains has not made the signal call for a first down.
So let's see. They might also put some time back on the clock as well.
Well, here they go. Looks like they're calling a timeout. New Prairie is.
And it is the chain gang has as a first down on the far side. The down indicator says first down.
And they're
just going to run the clock out to end the first half. So that is how this first half comes to an end, very unceremoniously. We start out at a track meet with 21 points in the first 6.5 minutes in the football game. Has now turned into a lopsided effort for Hobart, leading 42-14 at the intermission. Our full halftime show comes up in a few minutes here on the Region Sports Network. Stay with us all night long here from the Brickyard at Don Howell Field. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network. It's 42 Hobart, 14 to New Prairie. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHS.
For 26 years, Armor Construction has been beautifying homes across Northwest Indiana. From expert roofing and durable siding to eye-catching custom copper work, Armor Construction does it all with the highest quality and integrity. Serving Lake, Porter, and LaPorte counties, trust the best exterior construction company in Northwest Indiana to protect your investment. At American Testing Services, based in Hobart, Indiana, we specialize in NDT drone inspections and heat treatment services for local mills, fab shops, and facilities across the country. From Northwest Indiana to nationwide, we deliver precision, safety, and reliability. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT.
Life isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet moments that matter the most. Of effort, of a dream taking root. And behind those moments, there's trust. Thank you for trusting Centier Bank with those moments and making us a part of your story. Thank you for the opportunity to earn your trust.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
Back at the Athletic Performance Factory as we will continue to take a look around the Strachan Van Til hometown scoreboard for this Week 10 affair, the sectional semifinals here as some of the games we're covering. Hobart leads over New Prairie 42-14. Wheeler just added another one shortly before the half. There's about 15 seconds remaining there. They lead 49-7 over Lake Station, although Lake Station trying to make their way to the end zone. just broke off a big, or they almost broke off a big passing play, but it fell incomplete. Lowell leads over Hanover 35-14 at the half, and some other scores we're monitoring throughout the region. How about that Knox Jimtown game? Was back and forth in the first half, but now it seems like Knox has found a rhythm.
Yeah, they came out of half. Knox stopped Jimtown, then drove down and scored, and then they stopped the Jimmies again, and they're on the move again, driving down for another touchdown. We got Griffith up 35-0 on Bishop Knoll, either at the half or heading into the half. Mishawaka Marion was up on River Forest 35-14 at the half. 42-14 Mishawaka Marion over River Forest in the third quarter.
49-7.
And then Rensselaer is winning 41-0.
So we get a update from the Rensselaer Boone Grove game. It is 41-0 in favor of the Bombers at the half. So that is one of the early scoring updates from that one. The Bombers 7-2 on the year. The winner of that one will face the winner of the Bremen versus Whiting game. In that one of the early finals, we had LaVille with the 35-0 victory over Culver Community. We're getting a few of those games from the early window that'll be approaching final scores that we'll have for you in a little bit. West Central with a big lead over South Newton.
Yeah, no, I think the West Central game is final now, isn't it? Oh, still in the fourth quarter. Running clock.
Yes. But some of the other games around the half we see, as we mentioned, Hobart 42-14, and Knox just added another one, so we'll get the official scoring update there after they will go for this 2-point conversion, as they always do.
Yeah, we got a 2-point conversion is good, so that would make it 42-21 in the fourth. So Knox looks like they're going to secure the victory there and head on to the second round, where they'll be at home regardless of who they play, Griffith or Bishop Knoll.
Yeah, so that'll be a big one for them. And credit's due to Jimtown, as they had a strong first half. They were able to kind of start off the day pretty well, recovered a fumble in the end zone for a touchdown, and made Knox work. But then in the second half, it's about those adjustments, Knox being able to pull away.
Yeah, when you got a big offensive line like that and they're just beating on your defensive line, and you're not a big enough school where you can rotate D linemen, and I'm sure a lot of those Jimtown players are going both ways, so you're just getting beat on every play because Knox has maybe thrown, I don't know if they've thrown a pass in this game, but last time I checked on Max Preps, they've thrown 12 passes all year.
Yeah.
So
So we have North Newton and Bowman knotted up at 14 at the half. So that's going to be a big one to monitor, as the winner of that one will face West Central in the sectional championship. West Central with a large lead that's about to go final over South Newton. So it'll be one to monitor between the Spartans and Eagles. That's in 1A. As we look through 2A, Wheeler with the big lead over Lake Station at the half, 49-7. The Bearcats producing well through the ground and the air. Rensselaer with a 41-0 lead over Boone Grove at the half. And we mentioned Wheeler, they'll face Andrean in the second round. Looking in 3A, we've seen last update we had Calumet was ahead over John Glenn. The Falcons there, Mishawaka Marion with a 42-14 lead in the third quarter over River Forest. Griffith leading over Bishop Knoll, and then the Knox Jimtown game we've been talking about. That's how things are in 1, 2, and 3A.
And in 4A games, we got Lowell up 35-14 as they just started the second half. East Chicago up 16-13 last update we had, which was just before the half, so they're probably either at halftime or getting out of halftime here. Kankakee Valley, the Cougars with a K, up 12-6 over the West Side Cougars. And then the Brickies are up big at the half also.
Yeah, so the Brickies with that lead over New Prairie, a team that's ended their season the last 3 years, and they've broke off some big plays in that one. As you're continuing to take a look at these scores throughout the region, so you can keep things locked in here. This is the RSN Zone on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, my name is Mark Macknick. I'm the owner of Mark Macknick CPA firm in Highland, Indiana on Kennedy Avenue. I've been working with Region Sports for years now. Started working with Chris years ago, just on some special projects, advertising here and there. After a while, kind of increased the advertising. Mainly was doing it for the community involvement. It's such a great network and program they do with the high school sports. But as time went by, I started getting on there more frequently. And then the phone starts ringing. And I was getting calls all the time from people. Hey, I saw your ad on so-and-so football game. I saw your ad on a basketball game. And it's really helped my business. It's increased the volume. We're a tight community in Northwest Indiana, sports-wise, and just a lot of community involvement. So that's mainly why I got into it. I remember watching one game. It was a basketball game, and I think there was a little bit of an altercation. And as the altercation was happening, my ad was right on the bottom, and someone typed in, "I wonder what Mark Macknick's thinking right now." And I was thinking, wow, this is awesome. It's really been a great feature for my business. It's the only advertising I do. I don't advertise anywhere else other than Region Sports. It's for the business, but mainly for the involvement with the community. I played high school baseball here in Highland, and ever since I've been advertising on Region Sports, a lot of my old coaches are now my clients. A lot of my old teammates come in here. My recommendation, if you're a business here in Northwest Indiana, I think Region Sports is, for your money, it's one of the best places that you can advertise. I mean, I can advertise on billboards. I could do anywhere I want to. And I choose Region Sports mainly because I get a lot of feedback, especially on the high school level. A lot of the parents, if they can't make a game, they're watching it online. They're watching a replay, the grandparents. So it's done wonders for my business, and it's my go-to for advertising. It's the only spot I would advertise. So if you're a business owner in the area, really look into advertising on Region Sports. It's going to be well worth your money, and you'll make tenfold on what you're spending. Region Sports Network, they're the only game in town, but they're more than just a game.
So we have another final score to report. West Central Trojans with a 74-12 win over South Newton. West Central improves to 9-1 on the year. They'll face the winners of the North Newton Bowman game. That one has been a much closer battle as they're in the third quarter there. As we look to John Glenn added a touchdown against Calumet, 20-17. So we got Calumet leads 20-17, but that one's turned into a very close contest as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a barn burner till the end on that one. You said the West Central's final score, right?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I was looking at something else.
Also worth mentioning that touchdown came off a blocked punt for the Falcons. So a special teams touchdown, that could always swing the momentum when you get one of those in a game. Especially,
Bremen leads Whiting 14-0 going into the fourth quarter.
So the winner of that game will get the winner of Rensselaer Boone Grove. The Bombers were leading 41-0 at the half over the Wolves. As we look Hobart and New Prairie at the half, and talk about Hobart with that balanced offense. They have over 400 yards on offense already through two quarters. So we'll see what the second half has in store as well. Lowell leading Hanover 35-14. The third quarter just recently started in that one.
Hanover's driving there and look to get in within two scores.
We'll see what the Wildcats can work here as each drive becomes that much more important, trailing late here with your season on the line too. So you want to try to cook up a response quickly.
Right. KV and Westside are just out of the half here now. Westside with the ball, looking to tie up the game.
It's been an interesting one to follow as Kankakee Valley hanging on to that 12-6 lead as we look at the Cougars in that one. Cougars with a K with that 1-8 record on the season, but kind of we talked about it, throw out the records in the postseason with that lead at the half. You kind of just have to shake off what happened in the regular season and just try to protect that lead and add to it here.
Right, yeah, and if they can get the victory there, they'll play Hobart at home in the second round. So at least you get a home game out of it.
And we see Calumet adds a touchdown, so they have a 28-17 lead over John Glenn. So that's a big response after giving up a special teams touchdown. They add one quickly to put that one again a little bit further of an advantage when they were up 20-17. Add a touchdown, make it 28-17. That one as we're at halftime between Hobart and New Prairie. We'll be having more coverage of that one as the third quarter starts there at the Brickyard with the Brickies with a commanding lead over the Cougars of New Prairie.
Yeah, once we get some more final scores, we might be able to give you some finals of possible regional opponents for our 1 through 4A teams.
And we see Hanover just was able to pick up a touchdown against Lowell, so the Wildcats staying alive here, bringing things a little bit closer. And Wheeler with a 49-7 lead at the break, but so we'll see what Hanover can do on this point after attempt. Let's try and bring things within 14. So their kicker sends one through the uprights. It is 35-21. Red Devils with the lead there, but the Wildcats staying alive in the third quarter.
Yeah, you get here, you get a nice quick stop, maybe a fumble or something like that, and you get right back in the game here.
Yeah, the Wildcats kind of close it up as that could be a big one as well. And also take a look at the World Series. There was just a 2-run home run by the Blue Jays there, so that momentarily caught my attention to even things up 2-2 if you're keeping score of that one at home as well, in addition to all the great football games we have tonight. And we will.
Yep, and so Wheeler and Lake Station just got out of the half, and Wheeler has the ball, and they're driving. Oh,
Yep.
no, it is a half still.
Yeah,
Sorry, that was a highlight.
They're showing highlights.
I'm just
Wheeler
got excited there for a second, but
a lot of highlights to show from that first half too, with the 49-7 lead. Looks like Miles McLaughlin just added another touchdown.
that gives
Knox.
him 6, I think, on the day.
Wow. He had 48 going into the game, so that puts him over 50 at 54, if my math is correct there.
Yeah, if he got all 6 of their touchdowns, yeah.
Yeah,
54 and some 2-point conversions. So, he's rapidly moving in on
all those records you were
yeah,
talking
all
about.
those records.
Pre-show.
The single season scoring record for touchdowns, and like records that haven't been broken.
Yeah,
in a long
New
time.
Prairie 14.
Next
Cal
break
Later,
we
Jay
get, we can
Simmons,
kind of
and
look
Stanley
at some of
Martin
those
Jr.
and take a
Enjoying your
look and maybe talk about a few of those.
So the 2-point conversion is good, giving Knox the 52-21 lead. So you look at that one, it's 26-21 at the half, and now Knox being able to
put up the shutout in the second half.
Yeah,
and,
that's impressive. And Hobart, New Prairie looks like they're about to start the third quarter, as well as Wheeler and Lake Station.
Those are more highlights. So.
Oh, I keep getting fooled by that. I keep looking and I see the helmets going back and forth, but that whoever's producing that Wheeler Lake Station game doing a good job with the highlights show. Clint Klaus, my guy. That is Great job by Clint. He's caught us off guard several times.
Still 12-6 in the KV Westside game. KV with the ball driving.
We'll see how they can continue to try to stifle Westside here as the Cougars with a strong performance in the first half. And Hobart and New Prairie getting ready to resume the action there in the third quarter. So we'll send it to Jay Simmons and Kevin Malater for all the coverage of that one at the Brickyard. You're watching the RSN Zone on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Janda approaches, end over end kick in the air, and Crest will field it from his own 16-yard line. Cutting it straight upfield, going north-south, and he's finally taken down as he sidesteps a man at the 28-yard line. So that's where the New Prairie Cougar offense will begin this second half, where there were flashes of excellence early on in the football game, and they're trying to find that stand again.
And that defense of Hobart is just so swarming, and there's not a whole lot of misdirection when it comes to the New Prairie offense. They're pretty straightforward. Here we come. And Hobart has answered the bell. That defensive line of Hobart Brickies has been outstanding.
So it's first down and 10 from the 29-yard line. Ball between the seams, and Reed Robinson, the quarterback, in the shotgun. Sidecar left is Lucas Halderman on a 4-receiver set, 2 to each side. Inside give, Lucas Halderman powers forward for a 6-yard pickup on first down and 10 to the 35-yard line on their own side of the field, and brings up second down and short.
You got to get a lot of those going for New Prairie to get back in this game.
Tackle made in the interior by Josh Diaz. Called his name a whole bunch tonight, the linebacker.
Yes, we have.
Playing in one of his final games for the Hobart Brickies. It seems they'll get at least one more. He's a senior. Second down and 4 from the 35-yard line. Same exact formation, 4 receivers, 2 to each side. High snap taken by Robinson, running right up the middle, bounces out to his left, and he's going to be taken down 2 yards shy of the line of game. He got about half the distance needed on second down, and it brings up third down and even shorter.
Yeah, Von Jones right there on the tackle coming up from his linebacker position. Stops him just short of the first down. New Prairie needs to have a little more sense of urgency out there. I know it's just the start of the third quarter, but they've got a lot of scoring to catch up. They've got to move a little bit faster offensively. But first things first, you got to get the first down.
Third down and 2 from their own 37, ball on the left hash. Assume at this point it's 4 down territory given the margin of deficit. 4 out wide, 2 to each side. Halderman, the tailback. It's a design run for Reed Robinson, who runs it right up the gut. And he's going to be spotted down at the 40-yard line, which is 1 more yard than he needed to get. And it's a first down for New Prairie. And it's a first down brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialists.
Yeah, they're going to be turning on the heat tonight. It's going to be a cold one out here tonight.
We have the heat on here in the press box.
Yes, we do.
Nice and cozy up here on this now 40-degree night, but the feels like is now down into the upper 30s. From the 40-yard line, here's first down and 10. 4th consecutive play out of the same look. Robinson will go to the slant route. It's caught inside the near side numbers and angling left and taken down after about a 4-yard pickup is Trenton Mamaza, who had a touchdown reception in the first half.
Yeah, Mamaza did a nice job working his way back to the quarterback. That ball was a little bit late in arriving there, and as soon as he caught it, the defensive backs were right on top of him, holding him just to only a 4-yard gain. No yards after the catch.
Second down and 6. Ball inside that right hash. Robinson hurries up the offense out of the huddle. 4 receivers, 2 to the near side, 2 to the far side. Halderman now off out of the right hip of the quarterback. He claps his hands, takes an option snap, pitches it forward, and it's incomplete. It's an incomplete pass that's going to be ruled a attempted throw by Reed Robinson on what was supposed to be a read option look for the quarterback. Disastrous moment there for Robinson and Lucas Halderman. And I think if you're a New Prairie fan, you can thank good God for the forward pass rule.
And then the coaches for Hobart are, sort of talking to the official right here on the side. A good call by the official. Yes, the ball did go forward. But Reed Robinson, he's got to put that one in his pocket. If there's a defensive man standing between you and the pitch man, you don't try and throw it over the defensive man. You just make him make a decision and just turn the ball up the field. Try and get as many yards as you can.
So now here's 3rd down and 6 on the edge of the Hobart logo and the big Brickman at midfield. Robinson on a shotgun snap, flushed out to his left, throws on the run. It's caught. Far sideline inside Hobart territory and knocked out of bounds at the Hobart 45-yard line is Sully Kress with a first down. The second first down of this opening possession of the second half for New Prairie. And it's brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com.
Yeah, Robinson does a great job getting outside of the pocket and throwing the ball across his body and threw a dart right there to his receiver to pick up the first down.
That was an 11-yard pickup that moves the chains there. Now from the plus 45, here's first down and 10. Trips off to the left. Mamaza, the solo man on the near side, and a design run for the quarterback who gets around the edge on that left side, and he's barreled out of bounds at the 41-yard line of Hobart. It's a good first down run there for Robinson, where at this point you need to stay ahead of the chains, I should say.
That's right, and good job right there. A, he got out of bounds. B, he picked up some positive yards. It's going to be 2nd and 7. This has got to be by far the best drive for New Prairie in this game.
Yeah, and they're in the plus territory. This has been the range, though, where they've had a couple of drives stall out. These 45 to 35 range on the plus side of the field. Trips off to the right. D-line jumped a little bit, but stayed on sides. Inside 8:56 left, 42-14. Hobart leading. Robinson takes the shotgun snap for New Prairie. Rolling out to his right. The right-handed quarterback throws on the run, and it's intercepted inside the 30-yard line. Coming back the other way is the free safety, Stephen Miller, and he's finally taken down on his own 35-yard line.
Stephen Miller, great job right between two wide receivers. Robinson tried to float that one. I couldn't tell if he was trying to float that one over Miller or trying to hit the receiver in front of Miller, but it comes up as an interception, and Miller picks up a few yards. Looked like there was a little scrum for the ball, but they call it Hobart ball. Maybe Miller fumbled the ball when he was going down. It's hard for us to see.
It's Miller's second interception on the season, and once again, the woes from the plus 35 to the plus 45 continue tonight for New Prairie.
Yeah, you almost like you jinx him. You like the announcers jinx on the free throw shooter. You said it, and boom, the next play it happened.
Well,
Turnover.
I feel like the jinx, though, would be saying they've been good from the 45 to the 35. I was saying the opposite, and it
Yes,
happened.
you were.
I feel like I called it like Tony Romo. First down and 10. A throw over the middle, and it's incomplete on the pass intended for Tolliver on the slant motion. Actually, more so of a deep 15-yard post route rather than a slant. It had a slant-like motion, though.
Yeah, it looked like a miscommunication between Tolliver and his quarterback, Tatum. Tatum looked like he was throwing the short crossing route, and Tolliver running a deep post.
So it's now 2nd down and 10 from the Hobart 34-yard line. Ball on the left hash. Pistol formation here for Alex Tatum with two receivers split out wide beyond the right hash. It's a handoff here running right up the middle. Goes Pickett. He cuts outside the numbers, and he picks up first down yardage to the Hobart 45. And it's a first down brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialists.
Yeah, Pickett out there gets to the outside and just lowers the boom on a defensive back coming up and just runs right over him for an additional 5 yards. Picks up the first down with 8:20 and counting down left in the third quarter.
Still 42-14 in favor of the Hobart Brickies, moving right to left in this third quarter. 14 points in the first quarter, 28 in the second quarter for the Brickies. They're on their own 45 and on the right hash mark. First down and 10. Two receivers split out wide to the left side. Pickett, the featured tailback. He fakes the give to the tailback, and the quarterback keels his own number, spins out of a couple of tackles in the backfield, and somehow turns it into a 1.5-yard gain.
Yeah, good job right there by Tatum, just trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and then picks up, it looks like we have 1 or 2 yards. Both of the officials on different spots.
Which is always what you want to see this time of year.
Yes.
It's going to be a 1-yard gain.
And the clock continues to run. Great job out here by the Brickies. Let's see if they can keep this offense rolling here. You know, at this point in the game, you really like to try and work on a bunch of different things that, you don't have time to practice or time to work on during practice. And, some passing, a little bit of running, mix it up here a little bit.
2nd down and 9, 5-step drop for Tatum. Pumps once, lofts it down the seam looking for Tolliver, and he makes the over-the-shoulder catch. And it falls out of his hands at the last moment. He had it. Then when his body hit the ground, the ball appears to have popped out, according to the back judge, all the way down at the New Prairie 15. That would have been the best catch of the day by far had he completed the process, which he did not. So now it's 3rd and 9.
And it looked like one of the defensive backs for New Prairie was able to get his hand in there and cause him to juggle that ball as he was going down. And well, you were spot on. That would have been the best catch of the night, and there's been a lot of them.
So now 3rd down and 9 from their own 45. 7:05 to play in the third quarter, still 42-14. Tatum gives it off. Pickett, big hole on that left side. Has a first down inside the 45. Legs churning inside the 40. And he's finally taken down at the New Prairie 38-yard line with another Four Seasons Mechanical first down. Brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com.
Yeah, Aiden Cash, again, making a great block about 9 yards downfield to spring his running back, Max Pickett, there for the big gain and the first down.
A 16-yard run there for Pickett. From the 39-yard line, it's a fresh set of downs here for the Hobart Brickies. Offense on the move again. 4 receivers, both of them tight to each side of the formation. Tatum pumps left, throws right. It's caught. No, it's not. It's dropped outside the right hash by Logan Peters inside the 30-yard line. He had it in his hands for a moment, and the Turf Monster got to another Hobart receiver on this drive.
Yeah, Peters had the ball right in his hand. Nice throw by the quarterback, Tatum. Put it right pretty close into his body, but he was unable to come up with the catch. Peters on the season. 3 catches, 16 yards.
And 2 of those 3 receptions came in that tough Week 6 defeat at home to Lowell. 2nd down and 10 from 39, ball on the left hash. High snap collected by Tatum, gives it off to Pickett, and he is taken down at the line of scrimmage. He was collected at the ankles by Lincoln Gerard, and Gerard simply was not letting go of the running back's feet.
He held on for dear life and had a buddy come over and clean him up at the end of the play. Nice job right there. Nice stop by the New Prairie Cougars.
So here comes 3rd down and 9, a chance to force an interesting decision here from Eric Schreiber Jr. Hobart up 42-14, 5:55 to play here in the third quarter. Ball on the left hash, 3rd down and 10 once again from the plus 39. It's a bobbled snap. Pickett tried to give it back to Tatum. He couldn't. Pickett calls his own number instead, trying to find a hole on that right side. He can't. He's taken down at the line of scrimmage. I don't know what just happened there.
It looked like the Keystone Cops off the hot potato. I don't want it either. You take it. I don't want it. You take it.
It's a no gain on the play, and now it's 4th down and 10. And I would guess because no one at this level of football has the leg for a 55-yard field goal or so, that this is going to be a 4th down territory for Eric Schreiber Jr.'s team. We've seen it all tonight now.
Yes, we have. Keystone Cops back there trying to pass the hot potato around.
From the 39, ball but split between the hash marks. It's 4th down and 10. Tatum takes the numbers high snap, looking to throw. Lost it down the left side. Numbers looking for Sobczynski, and it's in and out of his hands and incomplete. Inside the 5-yard line, it was bobbled. Nice coverage from Sully Kress.
Kress looked like he got a hand on it, and then it just went through his hands and hit the receiver right in the face mask. He was unable to come up with the catch.
So, hey, nice stop there. Turnover on downs from the New Prairie defense. Make sure to stay with us.
Have you heard? Stratton-Manteau was voted Best of the Region 2025 in several categories, including Best Caterer, Deli, Flower Shop, Food and Grocery Delivery, Fried Chicken, Place to Buy Produce, Place to Buy Seafood, Loyalty Program, and Grocery Store. We're proud to be recognized by our community, and we're committed to continuing to deliver the variety, value, and convenience you deserve. See for yourself what it means to be the best when you shop at Stratton-Manteau.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowell Companies Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
At American Testing Services, based in Hobart, Indiana, we specialize in NDT drone inspections and heat treatment services for local mills, fab shops, and facilities across the country. From Northwest Indiana to nationwide, we deliver precision, safety, and reliability. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT.
Back with more scoring updates here on the RSN Zone. Leo Staudhart, Matt Skuro with you as we are getting to that point now where a lot of these games in the later window approaching the third quarter, early fourth quarter. So we have some more scores flowing in from all over the region. We see Wheeler up big over Lake Station as they're ready to attempt the PAT. Hobart up 42-14 over New Prairie. Lowell just added to their lead, 42-21 over Hanover. Where are some of the other scores at as we take a look around the region?
Well, in Class 3A, we have Calumet Warriors are up 34-23 in the fourth over the John Glenn Falcons. Mishawaka Marion Knights are up 49-14 in the fourth over the River Forest Ingots. Griffith Bishop Knoll 56-0 Griffith at the half. And then we have a final. The Knox Redskins knocked off the Jimtown Jimmies 50-21 with an offensive outburst in the second half.
That one was 26-21 at the half, and then so Knox not only exploding for all those points, but putting up a couple goose eggs in the column for the Jimmies, keeping them halted at 21 points. So a big showing for Knox in the second half.
Yeah, we still have. Last update we got was North Judson up 40-6. 51-6 in the fourth. 51-6 in the fourth, North Judson. So they're looking to advance and take on the LaVille Lancers down in North Judson St. Pierre at the old Blue Jay barn down there.
We saw West Central with the big 74-12 win also in Class 1A. They'll face the winner of that North Newton-Bowman game. As that one's one of the closer games we've been monitoring this evening as well. I believe the last score I had was 20-14. Eagles with the lead there.
Yes, and then like you said.
Update on Bowman.
Oh, we got a Bowman update from our producer, Aaron Svetlin.
It is 28-22 Bowman.
28-22 Bowman. Still in the third quarter there. So
Extra point is good.
the Eagles with the lead. So after a long wait, Wheeler finally able. That was a lot to sort out with penalties just to get that PAT going. But so now they lead 63-7 over Lake Station. So a big showing for the Bearcats as they'll face Andrean in the next round. So they're going to have to bring their A game for that one. As we've seen the 59ers, a very solid squad this year, but the Bearcats showing a lot of offense here against the Lake Station.
Yeah, KV Cougars are up on West Side 15-6 in the fourth. And then we're still looking for a recent update on the East Chicago Central Highland game. It was 16-13 last we had.
In that Kankakee Valley West Side game, the Cougars with a K, Kankakee Valley, put together a really impressive physical drive to get within field goal range and now make this a two-score game in the fourth quarter. What do you have for us, Aaron?
We have a final Rensselaer Bombers 57, Boone Grove Wolves.
So we have a final in the Rensselaer Boone Grove game, 57-0. The Bombers will take the W in that one over the Wolves. As again, we mentioned still looking for that Highland East Chicago game. That seems to be a very close one there. 16-13 was the last update I had with East Chicago Central ahead in that one.
Yeah, and we got just an out-of-the-region update. There's a really good game brewing out there in Northwood as the Mishawaka Cavemen are up 21-14 coming out of half. And, that was a little while ago, but, that's the last update that we have. And that has huge regional implications. Mishawaka coming in at 8-1 and Northwood sitting at 6-3, I believe. So, possible regional matchup for either the Hobart or Lowell or East Chicago Central or KV,
It's never
as
too early.
The winners right now. But yeah, you're right.
Maybe not for the players, but for the fans, once you see things get rolling, you're starting to kind of take a peek ahead in that bracket and see, all right, where could we, potentially be taking a road trip to, or who could we be welcoming to our
and
team,
you want to see if there's an upset here and there, some higher ranked teams fall where might give you an easier path to this road down to Indy.
That's the fun thing about, again, the players, they want to take care of business 1 week at a time, but when you're have a relative on one of these teams or you're just a fan, that's your alma mater to kind of take a look at that, zoom out a little bit, take a look at that
It's
playoff
a whole lot easier for us to look ahead and everything because nobody can criticize us for looking ahead. We can.
We're not the ones calling the plays.
Yeah, we're not the ones calling the plays. You're right.
We just critique them.
Yes.
As we also have Wheeler and Lake Station. That one's officially going into the fourth quarter. I have mentioned a couple times. Bearcats up 63-7 in that one.
Yeah, but getting back to that Knox Redskins and Miles McLaughlin, with what he did tonight, looking at some of the numbers, he's closing in on several records. Most points scored in a season. Brett Law from Sheridan back in 1988, 453 points in the season. He's closing in on that with all the 2-point conversions and touchdowns he's had this year. And he may or may not get it. It depends. But, it's something to talk about.
And certainly think if they keep winning playoff games, that gives you more chances
absolutely,
to get there.
And coming on most points scored in a career, Charlie Spiegel from New Palestine, from the years that New Palestine was just rolling over everybody, 1,050 points. Most rushing touchdowns, again, Charlie Spiegel from New Palestine, 68 touchdowns in a season. He's a little ways off, but, deeper you go into playoffs, the more we can talk about it. Most career rushing yards, he's over 10,000, and I think the record here says 10,867. Again, Charlie Spiegel from New Palestine. You're coming across all these things that are
approaching that mark there.
Most rushing yards in a season, 3,536. He's over 3,000, and then whatever he got today.
Yeah.
So you're getting.
I think we have an update from Aaron at our score desk.
Just waiting for me because I'm rambling.
All right, the Calumet Warriors are now winning 34.
So the Calumet Wheelers now.
Calumet John Glenn.
Oh, Calumet John Glenn. The Warriors with the what was that? 34-23 lead over John Glenn in the fourth quarter there. But you mentioned with McLaughlin, with what he's able to do kind of in the different era where now with these different offensive philosophies where you maybe don't get as many touches for a quarterback, rushing quarterback, but even where maybe different scoring games where you don't get as many offensive possessions, I should say. So for him to be able to score that many touchdowns, that is just very impressive to think about in this current era.
Right. And he's a 4-year starter.
Right.
So, I mean, he's played, I think his freshman and sophomore year, he might have been a running back or a wing back or whatever they have. But, for the last 2 years, he's been the head of that offense, that quarterback. And teams know for the past 2 years, he's the one getting the ball.
Yeah.
He's the one, you got to stop him if you want to beat Knox. And it's easier said than done, you know. I mean, you can look at it and you can say all you want that, when they play this team or when they play that team that they're going to shut them down, but
still have to do it.
Still have to do it. You're playing the teams in front of you, and the offensive line is just dominating everybody.
That certainly helps as well.
Hobart is now going into the fourth quarter, and Lowell just scored a touchdown and is now 49-21.
So we see Hobart and New Prairie entering the fourth quarter. Bricky's lead 42-14. Lowell just added another touchdown over Hanover. The Red Devils leading 49-21. As we have another score update from Aaron. So we have another final score alert. The Mishawaka Marion Knights defeat River Forest 56-14. So they will face the winner of that Calumet John Glenn game. So another team punches their ticket to the next round. So Mishawaka Marion improving to 3-7. They snap a 6-game losing streak in the process as well.
Yeah, so it looks like if everything holds suit and Calumet beats John Glenn, they will travel to Mishawaka Marion next Friday night to play the Knights.
So more and more scores filtering through as we're getting some final alerts. Do we have... I was checking the TV to see if we had an update from Kankakee Valley and West Side there, as that was a close game heading into the stretch. But we will take a look at Hobart. Bricky's driving in the red zone as Tatum scrambles forward to about the 15, or more of a designed run, but the Bricky's within striking distance of adding to their 42-14 advantage. We see Lake Station. The Wheeler defense just swarming that quarterback in the backfield, dropping him down for a loss inside the 20. And so Wheeler really with a statement game here in the fourth quarter, running clock in that one. Bearcats lead 63-7. Bowman is entering the fourth quarter against North Newton 28-22. Eagles with the lead there. They would face the West Central Trojans, who defeated South Newton 74-12. So just watching some of these other scores from around the region. It's a fun time of the year with all these postseason games. As we will go back to the Hobart New Prairie game with the Brickies driving in the red zone. About 10 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter.
Who was laying out a block out in front of the right tackle. And it's going to be a minimal pickup, about 2 yards on second down. And now here comes third down and 3 with 9:45 to play in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Bricky's taking their time at the line of scrimmage and getting in and out of the huddle. Nice pace for them right here when you're up 42-14. Just make sure you're good with the play calls. I'm sure if they don't get it on third down, they'll go for it on fourth.
42-14. Keep in mind, running clock if they find the end zone and a point after try. Power formation on third down and 3 from the 7. Ball between the seams. Tatum under center. Does that hard count a couple of times, trying to get New Prairie to jump. No bite there. He'll turn towards his sideline and then put his two hands together to signal for a timeout. Clock stops with 9:08 to play in the fourth quarter. It's Hobart 42, New Prairie 14. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. So here we go. Now the first time out of the second half. It's a direct snap to Max Pickett, the tailback, who runs right up the middle, inside the 5. Pickett drags a defender with him and is in the end zone for his second touchdown of the game. A flag comes in at the very end when there's a giant scrum across the goal line. I believe it'll be a post-play penalty, though, regardless of who it's on.
Yep.
But Pickett picks up his second rushing touchdown of the night, and the score is now 48-14. Hobart pending the point after.
Yeah, nice job, Pickett, just following a line of blockers in front of him. Had that unbalanced formation and a couple backs in front of him, just fouled those guys in, walks in for the touchdown.
It's our first points of this second half, and we will wait to see the officials call. I believe, based off of how they signaled, this is going to be on New Prairie.
They just signaled touchdown, personal foul on New Prairie.
And I believe, based off of, they're going to take this on the point after try and try to sneak it in to make it 50-14. A statement here could be made from Hobart.
I already penciled in 49. Come on.
Well, I mean, you're going to be wrong either way at this point, too.
I left that one up. I left the 4 in there.
There you go. So they're going to go with that under center formation, 2 fullbacks and Pickett, the featured tailback. From the 1, they give it off. It's the
number 66.
It's the right tackle, Josh Diaz, who plunges his way in for a 2-point try and makes it 50-14. How about the senior getting some action and getting some love in the postseason?
Yeah, a little throwback there, refrigerator repair.
William Perry style.
That's what I was trying to spit out there. Yep. The refrigerator punches it in for a score.
There is an injured Bricky down in the end zone, so while they tend to him, we'll step aside. 9:03 to play in the fourth quarter. Hobart leads 50-14. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
After we had a combined 56 first half points.
That's tale of two halves right there.
That's always the old adage, ain't it?
It's a lot of football being played between the 30s up to this point.
Janda approaches. It's a line drive kick, and they're going to let a member of the hands team, it's Trey Mamaza, beg your pardon, outside the far side numbers, and he's taken down shy of the 35-yard line. So now the clock will now run from here on out, given that Hobart leads by more than 35 points.
And that might have been why they went for two there. as Diaz had 2 carries on that drive, one for the extra point and one for about a 2 or 3 yard gain. So Diaz, has got something to brag about coming back to school next week. Hey guys, I want to carry the ball a little bit more, Coach.
I can only imagine what that Saturday morning film session is going to be. Hey, 6'6", good run. Do it again next week now. From the right hash, it's first down and 10 from the New Prairie 33. They go 4 wide again, 2 to each side, and another tailback, Carson Sinka, comes in. Sidecar left to the quarterback, Reed Robinson. Robinson gives it off to him. It's Sinka running right side across the 35 and tripped up at the 36-yard line on the New Prairie side of the football field.
We got some awards to hand out, and we can have a little discussion here as we're watching the clock wind down here. You got several guys for the Hobart Brickies in terms of the Lantern Man superhero player of the game. You've got Alex Tatum with 2 rushing touchdowns. And let's see, 2 rushing.
Tatum has 2. You have Pickett who has 2, as here's Dane Ryan's getting the carry, and he's blown up back at his own 30-yard line. The line of scrimmage was the 36. Dane Ryan's, by the way, is a 5'5" freshman running back and defensive back who spent the entire year on the freshman team. Gets the call up here tonight.
Is it number 66?
It is. It is big Josh Diaz again.
Yeah, Pickett with a couple touchdowns like we were saying, and you got Tolliver with 1 for 25 yards. You got Stephen Miller with a 50-yard excellent catch from Alex Tatum. Tatum with 2 touchdown passes on the night.
By the way, it's now 3rd down and 11 from the minus 32. Ball between the seams. Robinson, 5-step drop. Pressure comes. Lofts it down the far sideline. One-on-one coverage. It's caught inside the 30. Tight-roping the sideline at the 25 and finally taken down at the 21-yard line is Trenton Mamaza.
Mamaza with a great catch right there. Like you said, being able to keep his feet in bounds and making the catch at the same time. And Robinson, it's the second long throw of the night that's been on the money.
All the way down to the 21-yard line. He had that huge 4th and 10 conversion to Mamaza in the second quarter for 38 yards with about 7.5 minutes left to play in the half. Gave them some life. It's now first down and 10. Robinson on a read option look is blown up in the backfield for about a 4-yard loss. Nice tackle in the open field by, guess who? We've called his name all night long, Aiden Cash, the end with the stop. It's a loss of about 3.
Yeah, he's had a great game both offensively and defensively, whether he was carrying the ball offensively, making some great downfield blocks, and then making a nice tackle for loss right there. It's going to be 2nd down and 12.
So they are going to say, actually, that Robinson's forward progress stopped at the 23 rather than the 24, where his body actually met the grass or the artificial surface here on Don Howell Field. 5:15 running clock here, 50-14 Hobart the score. 2nd down and long. Robinson on a direct rollout to his left, lofts it towards the front left pylon, and it's through the hands of both the corner, Bryce Tolliver, and his intended target of Noah Oberle right at the front left pylon. He tried to sneak it through. It's an incomplete pass, and it's another 3rd down and long.
Yeah, Tolliver had great coverage right there. He was well positioned between the quarterback and the receiver was in the middle of those two and did a great job just knocking that ball away.
So from the Hobart 23 with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in a running clock, here's 3rd down and 12. Ball leaning left center more so than centered up between the hash marks.
Yeah, Robinson's been pretty good getting that ball down the field if he's throwing the streak patterns.
It's been the short field that's been his issue.
Yeah.
5-step drop, flushed out to his right, throw shy of the line again, and it's incomplete on the intended target of Braden Kaminsky. That's only his 2nd target on the night. He's 0 for 2 now, looking for his junior wideout, and now it's 4th down and 12.
Yeah, tough situation right here for the New Prairie Cougars. Let's see what they come up with. Usually you don't have a good 4th down and 12 play.
I was about to say, has there ever been such a good 4th down and 12 or 15-yard play?
No, there is not. Got to go deep into the playbook on that one.
Is that what, page 6, 7 of the play sheet?
Yes, it is.
Oh, boy. So, 3:38, clock still running. So, any hopes of the miracle likely out of here. And for New Prairie, might be your final chance to find some pay to or at least keep your offense alive. 4th down and 12. Robinson on a 6-man pressure. It's hidden in the backfield and loses the football. It's recovered by Logan Peters on the far side numbers, and Peters brings it all the way back across the 35-yard line. And that, my friends, is all she wrote.
Yeah, Robinson looks a little shaken up. I don't know if it's more he got shaken up or just a little disappointed right there.
Robinson is a senior.
Long, rough night for him.
Robinson, like I said, a senior at this rate with 2:50 left to play in his team.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
For 26 years, Armor Construction has been beautifying homes across Northwest Indiana. From expert roofing and durable siding to eye-catching custom copper work, Armor Construction does it all with the highest quality and integrity. Serving Lake, Porter, and LaPorte counties, trust the best exterior construction company in Northwest Indiana to protect your investment. At American Testing Services, based in Hobart, Indiana, we specialize in NDT drone inspections and heat treatment services for local mills, fab shops, and facilities across the country. From Northwest Indiana to nationwide, we deliver precision, safety, and reliability. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT.
Life isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet moments that matter the most. Of effort, of a dream taking root. And behind those moments, there's trust. Thank you for trusting Centier Bank with those moments and making us a part of your story. Thank you for the opportunity to earn your trust.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
Back at the Athletic Performance Factory, where some more finals are filtering in. We just saw on the Region Sports Network, Hobart with a 50-14 win over New Prairie, so the Brickies move along in the tournament, and Wheeler also with a 70-7 win over Lake Station. So both of those teams with some big wins, making the statements.
There'll be a new champion crowned in sectional 17.
Right.
So with the defending champs got knocked off by the Hobart Brickies.
And New Prairie beating Hobart 3 years in a row as well, so a little bit of revenge for Hobart. We saw Calumet. That one went final. They picked up the win over their opponent, John Glenn Falcons, 42-23, as we will have plenty more finals as there's still some scores we're looking to get to and some post-game highlights. A lot more coming up on the post-game show. That'll be taking place, same place you found this, on all the Region Sports Network platforms, as we'll take a look through the Strachan Van Til hometown scoreboard, get some video highlights from the Wheeler and Hobart victories, and start to take a look ahead at maybe some of the matchups we'll have for 5A and 6A, as well as the road ahead for the teams that picked up wins tonight. So for Matt Skura, I'm Leo Staudaher. We will talk to you then. You've been watching the RSN Zone on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.